Hello everyone, my name is EAT Millones. I make Minecraft videos and this is another episode of Minecraft Let's Talk. If you've watched the first episode, which I will include a link to that video in the description for those who have not watched it, this is a series dedicated to me finding topics that may affect young people, especially teenagers and maybe young adults, and even kids that are still going to school, and I give my personal opinion and views on each topic, and I'll try to help you out as much as possible using personal experiences and things I've been told as references. If you notice, I built a high, and if I also give you the option, if you want to watch anything else while I talk, I have no problem with that. I'm just gonna do a bit of remodeling in my house, just dig a bit, nothing special. So if you want to pop up a screen and watch something else while you hear me, I got no problem with that. I actually, you know, endorse it. Today we're going to talk about bullying. Bullying was a topic I was going to talk about it, but I was going to about it later on. But in my other video, someone asked me kind of to please talk about it because it might help him and other people like him, and I decided to do it because, at least here in Puerto Rico, we start school in less than a week or two. I know that in the U.S. people start a bit later, but since I do have some viewers who are going to start school soon, or I don't know, just are affected in other ways by bullying, I am going to do this episode now. First, let's talk about what bullying is. Bullying is using your at least the way look at it, bullying is this use of physical or emotional status to screw someone else. To give an example, let's say I am, right now I am a 6'1", 6'2", 240 pound male who, is extremely strong and can do some damage if I wanted to. And I find this little, no, let's not say little, this kid who's roughly like half my size, half my weight, and I just start picking on him by exposing his physical and emotional weaknesses or limitations, like height, what he can or cannot do athletically or physically or emotionally. And I use that for my own pleasure, or just to amuse myself or other people, just to grab their attention. That is what basic most bullying is. There's also something called cyberbullying, which I will talk about, but I'll talk about it in this episode. I think we're gonna have time. So yeah, you know, I just gave you my physical uh, characteristics, and most of you will think that I do have the body of a bully. I do, but I am not a bully. I actually hate bullying. I make fun of a person once or twice, but only if they're my friend. If I make fun of you in your face, that means I consider you my friend, and it's all in fun. And people who I tease or screw around with sometimes know that. They take that in mind, have that in mind, so it doesn't bother them because they know I'm just kidding. It doesn't mean I'm trying to do it to hurt them personally. But some people, like I said earlier, use it for personal gain. Let me give you an example. I had this, when I was in 7th grade, I was still huge. I was one of the biggest guys in my classroom. Even in 7th grade, I've always been tall and huge. This kid, a really skinny kid, he was really annoying. He would piss everyone off. Decided to make fun of a friend of mine. This friend of mine was also small. He wasn't kind of skinny. He was a little bit pudgy, but he was raised in church and everything his whole life. He came to know what he came to thought the only bad things he could do was play PSP at 12 o'clock at night. That was his definition of bad. And he started teasing him. And my friend got so emotionally, affected that it actually, in my own thoughts, it made him change and mature a lot later than other people, and made him think he was a really little kid because okay, when we were in 7th grade, he was supposed to be in 6th grade. He was advanced by 1 year because he had good grades. He's a real smart kid. You know, he's still small, but he's kind of fun to hang out with. He does have his nerdy moments, but you gotta love him for it. And you know, personally, at that time, I couldn't do much about it. My school doesn't condone violence, and I'm not saying I was gonna be violent. Obviously, I do not condone violence, especially since if I reacted violently, I would be considered a bully myself. So it would be counterproductive. But you know, if you're a victim of being bullied, you know, you're gonna be pissed off, obviously, and you're gonna look at every options you have, and that's the problem. Some bully victims think that a topic I am going to talk more in depth about, which is suicide, is an option to get out, or instead of suicide, they try a more violent approach, like beating that person up or killing that person. And considering what we've seen during the years of high schools where students have grabbed guns and just started shooting at everyone, especially those people who hurt them physically or emotionally. You know, we've seen this happen in the U.S. and in Puerto Rico and in all the world all the time. So right now, especially these times, which are so screwed up, you can never leave out the possibility of someone actually bringing a gun to a verbal discussion. And you know, I'm here speaking to both bully and bullies. You know, the people who are bullied. You know, if you have and most people who get bullied, and this is by my definition, it's because not just because maybe in their mind you have a physical limitation or something that they want to expose to make fun of you, but it's because they have their own problems, similar or not to your own, and they're just doing this, teasing you so that they can feel better about themselves, and that actually hurts more. And, you know, if you're being bullied right now, the best thing you can do is confront the bully. You know, if it's physically, you know, depending your situation, of course, confront him. If not, grab a teacher, grab a parent, and if they start saying, "Oh, you're such a pussy, you brought a parent," you gotta say, "No, I'm not a pussy. I'm just being smart. I'm not gonna hit you and get my own ass in trouble." Because if you act violently towards them, you're just gonna get your own self in trouble, and they're just gonna walk off with a light slap on the wrist. And I know this. Trust me, I have a little brother. I know how violence works. And you think, oh, but he's your brother. It's the same mechanics. If you didn't start if you started the fight, even though the fight has been going on for days, for years, for months, but they catch you starting the fight, you're gonna get screwed. There's not even a chance for you to say, but he nothing. You're the one who started this fight. The fight they were actually paying attention to when they weren't supposed to. So, if this is a first episode about talking about bullying, if I don't touch a subject specifically about bullying, tell me. I will make more episodes about topics I've already touched, just to go a little more in depth. And, yeah, but, considering personal experience with bullying, um, like I said, if you're being bullied, confront the guy, confront the person, confront the girl. If it's physical, confront him, but be careful. If you want to bring a buddy or two, if you want to bring a parent, do it. You're in full liberty to do that. But, just don't do anything rash. If you end up killing someone or fighting someone or doing anything violent in any way, instead of them being the bad guys, you'll be the bad guy. And none of us want that. We don't want innocent people paying for a decision they made after being tortured for a or short or a long amount of time by an imbecile who just wants to get attention brought to himself because he has his own physical, mental, or emotional limitations, which make him think that the only way he can be appreciated by other people is by toying on people's consciousness. And I'm using a bit of big words. That's, I don't know, maybe one or two people won't understand as well. But if you want, talk with your parents. They will be able to help you because no matter how manly your dad looks or anything, most people, even when they're young, are victims of bullies or they're bullied themselves. So they will know how to help you out. My personal my personal piece of advice, like I said, confront the bully. If confronting the bully does not work, get parental assistance. If that does not work at all, this what I'm going to tell you is so easy that it's actually kind of dangerous. Make fun of yourself. If he says, "Oh, let's say an example, your name is Alex," just to give an example, and you're extremely skinny, and if he starts saying, "Oh, hey Alex, you're so skinny. When it rains, you can actually run through the raindrops or anything like that." I know I used a stupid insult right there, but instead of getting pissed off, you make fun of yourself. So hey, dude, that's not right. I'm so skinny. When I suck on a straw, I get sucked in it. Or insult yourself, make fun of yourself, because once he notices that his insults won't affect you, that you're actually insulting yourself just for the fun of it, he'll eventually stop doing it. And actually, instead of being a bully, he might even start being your friend. I'm not saying you should be friends with a bully, but it could give opportunities to other things. I used to be called Barney when I was a kid. Barney, 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 Barney. Why? Because I'm huge, I'm fluffy, and when I say I'm fluffy, I was fatter when I was young. So when people would hug me, they would call me Fluffy because if hugging me was hugging like hugging a teddy bear. Well, they started calling me Barney and all that shit, and I was getting mad until one point I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna let them screw around with me anymore. And I just called myself Barney, and I just started calling myself Barney and calling myself Barney. Not because I felt so bad about myself that I said maybe I really am Barney, but because I said, you know what? If they're gonna make fun of me, let me at least have some fun myself. They started calling me a huge bear, a teddy bear, and I used that to my advantage as well. All my friends or people I've helped, they call me the teddy bear because I'm that guy who you can come in any moment, ask for help, and I will do it. I'll be your teddy bear. I'll be there hugging you at night, taking off the tears off your eyes. And I'm that kind of a guy. That's why I had so many friends that used to be, I've had so many friends that are girls, and they tell me everything because they know they can trust me. They know I'm their personal huge teddy bear who will do anything just to see them happy. You gotta use your insults for your favor. And I'm sorry I gotta do this, but I gotta cut this video in a minute right here. And I'm sorry for doing that, but the time restrictions I have on YouTube right now, they just tell me to do 15-minute videos, and I have to. But if you want me to keep talking about bullying, if you want me to do a video about cyberbullying, which is a specific other kind, which I do plan to touch, but if you need it soon, please comment down below, like the video if I helped you, or if you plan on showing the video to a friend. That's awesome. Thanks for the support. If you, as I said before, if you want a specific topic, or if you think I may not talk about a topic and you just want to make sure, comment below or inbox me if you don't want to comment. I have no problem with that. Thanks for watching. My name is EAT Millones. I hope I've helped you, and this has been another episode of Minecraft Let's Talk Bullying. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys. Take care.